Welcome back to Full Mount MMA, your ultimate source for all things MMA, UFC, and boxing. Today's episode is packed with explosive updates from the octagon, behind-the-scenes stories, and breaking fighter news that you won't want to miss. From Dana White's jaw-dropping, White House plans to Arman Tsarukyan's wild antics, plus exclusive insights on Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje, Alexander Volkanovski, and more, we've got the full rundown. Grab your gloves, and let's jump right in. Dana White confirms no taxpayer money for White House UFC event. In a shocking revelation, Dana White announced that no taxpayer money will be used for the upcoming UFC event at the White House. Instead, the UFC will shoulder all expenses for the historic spectacle. Speaking with the Sports Business Journal, Dana didn't hold back. He stated that the budget for this event would make the UFC's $20 million Sphere show look like ashtray money. He teased that the main event will be a one-of-a-kind fight, unlike anything fans have ever seen. However, don't expect to see the usual suspects like Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler or Jorge Masvidal. Dana White confirmed that this will not be a one-off pay-per-view spectacle. This is the start of a new kind of UFC presentation. Interestingly, Dana revealed there will be no live gate and no sponsors on the cage or canvas, emphasizing the exclusivity and prestige of this event. UFC is even covering $700,000 to restore the South Lawn after the event. Clearly, Dana is setting a standard for UFC events like never before. Glamour, spectacle, and zero compromise. Fans are buzzing over what one-of-one fight could headline the card. Could this be a super fight of epic proportions or a mystery matchup that will shock the MMA world? Either way, this White House event is already one of the most anticipated UFC moments of the year. Arman Tsarukyan offers to buy Ilia Topuria's house. In a move that stunned fans worldwide, Arman Tsarukyan publicly offered to buy Ilia Topuria's $3.5 million Madrid home, but with a catch. Yesterday, news broke that Topuria listed his luxurious house for sale, which he shared with his ex-wife. The property is located in one of Madrid's most exclusive neighborhoods, making it a high-profile real estate story in its own right. However, Tsarukyan decided to mix business with sport, posting on X, formerly Twitter, "I'll buy your house if you agree to fight me next." The MMA community erupted. Fans speculated whether this was a serious offer or just Tsarukyan trolling his rival. Either way, it added another layer of drama to the already intense build-up for potential matchups in the featherweight division. Arman Tsarukyan considers dropping to featherweight. Arman Tsarukyan isn't stopping there. In a recent interview on the Ariel Helwani show, he confirmed he might move down to featherweight if he doesn't secure fights with Justin Gaethje or Ilia Topuria. Here's what Arman had to say about the potential drop. "I'm not getting anyone right now. I want to try for the 145-pound title. Can I make 145? Yeah, I talked to Coach K, did the math, my body can do it. It won't be easy, but we can make it happen if the fight is confirmed in the next 2-3 weeks. Arman explained his process. Walking around at 177.5 pounds currently, he plans to clean up his diet and increase cardio, potentially walking around 162, 163 pounds, before cutting to 145. Top featherweights are now on high alert. Even Alexander Volkanovski weighed in on Arman's potential move, saying, "I love challenges. If he drops to featherweight, it would definitely be a tough fight. His wrestling's solid, and any challenge that builds legacy is one I welcome." Fans are now left speculating whether Tsarukyan's move could shake up the featherweight division and create a new contender for the title. Justin Gaethje's neck scare, just an ingrown hair? Before UFC 324, photos of Justin Gaethje's neck wound sparked panic among fans, with speculation ranging from infection to serious injury. However, Justin insisted it was nothing more than an ingrown hair, a claim later confirmed by his manager, Ali Abdelaziz. In an interview with MMA Junkie, Abdelaziz explained, "It was just an ingrown hair. He took some antibiotics and was fine. No complaints, no excuses. Justin is the type of fighter who never uses excuses." This revelation calmed fans but also reminded everyone why Gaethje is known as one of the most resilient fighters in MMA history. Injuries, setbacks, or controversies rarely slow him down. Paddy Pimblett breaks silence after loss to Justin Gaethje. Paddy the Baddy Pimblett recently opened up about his loss to Justin Gaethje, posting a heartfelt statement on Instagram. "Hope everyone enjoyed my fight just as much as I did. Went into the fight feeling amazing, had a great camp, no injuries and no excuses. The better man won. Congratulations, Justin. Your career deserves it. Hopefully we can run it back for the undisputed title because I know it's in my destiny to win that gold." Fans also got a glimpse into Paddy's personal life as his wife shared photos from a night out, showing that Pimblett is already bouncing back mentally and physically from the defeat. Paddy's resilience and humility have fans predicting a fast return to contention, possibly setting up a rematch for the undisputed title. Sean Strickland posts intense sparring footage. Meanwhile, Sean Strickland is turning heads with his latest sparring session alongside Michelle Pata. Strickland is preparing for a showdown against Anthony Hernandez at UFC Houston next month. His sparring videos show high-level precision, speed, and power, giving fans a preview of what to expect in the cage. Strickland's training highlights his serious intent to dominate in upcoming matchups, keeping his opponents on edge. Dricus du Plessis believes Volkanovski can still beat Diego Lopes. Veteran fighter Dricus du Plessis expressed confidence in Alexander Volkanovski's ability to defeat Diego Lopes. With Vog nearing the latter stages of his career and Lopez rising as a young, dangerous contender, du Plessis weighed in. Lopes is a savage, but Volkanovski dominated him until he got clipped a few times. Volkanovski still has enough in him to keep that title. His experience will take a toll on the night. Fans are already debating whether Lopez's youth or Vog's legacy will prevail in this highly anticipated rematch. Arman Tsarukyan slaps influencer over Ferrari incident. Arman Tsarukyan made headlines again, this time outside the cage. In a viral skit, he slapped an influencer who dared to sit on his brand new Ferrari. The video shows a humorous yet tense exchange, with Arman reminding everyone why respect and boundaries are taken seriously in the world of MMA. Volkanovski hints at Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy UFC fight. Alexander Volkanovski teased that the UFC is lining up a matchup between Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy, likely aiming to settle questions in the featherweight division. Evloev is currently ranked 0 and Murphy sits AT4, making this a potentially explosive clash. Volkanovski mentioned that building this fight makes sense as both fighters are undefeated or near undefeated, setting up a high-stakes showdown for the UFC featherweight division. Diego Lopes responds to critics over rematch. Diego Lopes is ready to silence critics ahead of his rematch with Volkanovski. He addressed skepticism over his title shot, saying, "People criticize any UFC decision. If the fight was given to someone else, people would complain. UFC gave me the fight, and yes, people criticize, but nothing will stop me from proving myself." Fans are watching closely as Lopes looks to turn doubters into believers with his performance. Ian Gary praises Islam Makhachev. Ian Gary is one of Islam Makhachev's biggest fans, praising him as one of the most dangerous fighters on the planet. Gary highlighted Makhachev's accomplishments: #1 pound-for-pound fighter, 2-weight world champion, European and world champion. Beating Islam changes how everyone sees you. His skill, dominance, and legacy make him one of the greatest fighters alive today. Dominick Cruz on UFC Hall of Fame induction. Dominick Cruz reflected on his UFC Hall of Fame induction at UFC 324. Cruz emphasized the importance of recognition from peers. "Seeing Michael Bisping and Chris Weidman genuinely happy for me hit the hardest. These are former champions, competitors I respect, and their acknowledgement meant everything." TJ Dillashaw on Khamzat Chimaev versus Alex Pereira prediction. TJ Dillashaw shocked fans with his prediction. Khamzat would run through Alex Pereira. Stylistically, Alex can't stop him. It's all about styles here, and Khamzat would dominate. Gene Silva unfollows Mauricio Ruffy on Instagram. In a surprising social media twist, Gene Silva unfollowed longtime friend Mauricio Ruffy. Fans speculate that Silva is upset over Ruffy training with Volkanovski ahead of UFC 325. Social media drama in MMA never fails to keep fans entertained. Conor McGregor allegedly shows up at Paddy Pimblett's house. Years ago, rumors circulated that Conor McGregor drove to Paddy Pimblett's house after trash-talking him. However, Pimblett clarified in 2021, "Conor never actually came to my door. He must have been somewhere else. I checked my cameras and nothing happened, just another MMA rumor."